You know what's exhausting? Being the unofficial emergency management director for problems that haven't even happened yet. Your brain is out here running full disaster simulations at 2 a.m., like your marriage collapsing, your kid needing therapy, your retirement disappearing, and you end up stress eating chocolate while pretending you're fine. And the wild part, you think all that worrying is helping. Like if you mentally rehearse every possible disaster, life can't surprise you. Except it still does, and meanwhile, you're exhausted before the day even starts. So today we're talking about why your brain is addicted to certainty, why uncertainty is not actually the enemy, and the mindset shift that finally helps you stop spiraling and start living. And later in this video, I'm going to tell you about a client whose brain convinced her one conversation would ruin her life. Spoiler alert, it didn't. Stay with me. Hey friend, welcome back. This is the channel where we talk mindset, psychology, emotional resilience, and how to live a better life without needing to become a completely different person first. And if you're someone whose brain is constantly trying to figure everything out before you can relax, oh honey, this episode is for you. Hit subscribe because every week we talk about how to stop letting your thoughts run your life. Why your brain hates uncertainty. Okay, first things first, your brain is not broken. It's doing exactly what brains were designed to do. Your brain is basically a prediction machine. Its job is to figure out what's coming next so it can keep you safe, which was very useful back in the saber-toothed tiger era. It is much less useful when the threat is waiting for lab results, your husband saying, "We need to talk," or thinking about asking for a promotion. And when your brain doesn't know what's going to happen, it panics. So it starts trying to solve uncertainty with overthinking, doom scrolling, stress eating, and drinking wine while calling it self-care. Because your brain thinks worry equals preparation. But most of the time, worry is just emotional rehearsal for disasters that never happen. And after a while, your nervous system starts acting like the bad thing is already happening. Your stress response fires up. Your thinking narrows. Everything becomes, it's either fine or my life is ruined. That's why anxious brains become dramatic little storytellers. Research shows people who struggle with tolerating uncertainty actually worry more. Not because more bad things happen to them, but because their brain treats the not knowing like danger. And honestly, this is exactly the kind of work we do inside Master Your Mind. Because if your brain constantly turns uncertainty into catastrophe, no amount of external success will ever feel peaceful. I'll link the course below. Okay, here's where this gets interesting. What if uncertainty is not actually ruining your life? What if your resistance to uncertainty is? Let me tell you about Carrie. Carrie came to me completely spinning in anxiety. Successful woman, business owner, mother, smart, capable, loved by everybody. But internally, absolute chaos. She desperately wanted to reduce her work hours because she was exhausted. She wanted more time at home, more space and flexibility, less stress. But she was terrified to talk to her business partner about it. She was spinning in, is this even the right decision? What will she say? Her brain had already written an entire Netflix drama about a conversation that hadn't taken place yet. In her mind, her partner would feel betrayed. The business would suffer. People would resent her. She'd ruin everything. So instead of having the conversation, she avoided it for months. She ruminated constantly, stress-snacked every evening, started drinking wine every night just to calm her brain down, kept overworking, kept spiraling. And here's the important part. The anxiety wasn't coming from her uncertainty about the decision or the conversation. It was coming from trying to control the outcome before the conversation even happened. That's what uncertainty does. We think, if I can just think hard enough, maybe I can guarantee I'll be okay. But eventually, through coaching, we walked through the worst case scenario, the best case scenario, and focusing on what was actually within her control, like coming up with a clear game plan. And suddenly her brain stopped acting like uncertainty meant danger, because she realized even in the worst case, and she could handle it. So she made a roadmap of her ideas and scheduled the meeting. And you know what happened? Her business partner was incredibly receptive. Not only did she support her, they restructured the workflow together. Now, Carrie works from home 2 days a week, has a 4-day work week. The business is thriving, and she is happier than she's been in years. And this is what I need you to hear. Your brain is not a fortune teller. There was no way for Carrie to know for sure how things would go. But Carrie getting out of her own way and reminding herself that she can handle the uncertainty is what led to her getting what she wanted. And once you understand this next part, you will stop seeing uncertainty as proof something is wrong. Here's what most people don't realize. Uncertainty is actually where growth happens. Not certainty, not control, not perfection. Research shows uncertain situations can actually increase learning, flexibility, creativity, and better decision-making. Why? Because certainty closes the mind. But uncertainty makes the brain pay attention and stay curious. Flexible thinkers can hold multiple possibilities without collapsing into panic. That is resilience. Not becoming fearless, but becoming someone who can say, I don't know what's going to happen, and I trust myself anyway. And think about it. Every meaningful thing in your life involved uncertainty. Marriage, motherhood, career changes, starting over, falling in love. None of it came with guarantees, and sometimes things went sideways. You've already survived uncertainty over and over again. Your brain just forgets that. So let me give you 3 quick mindset shifts. Shift number 1, stop asking, what if everything goes wrong? And start asking, what if I can handle whatever happens? Shift number 2, stop trying to predict and start preparing. You cannot control unforeseen outcomes, but you can put your focus on what is within your control and create resilience, emotional regulation, and coping skills along the way. That's real security. Shift number 3, when your brain imagines the worst case scenario, force it to give you 3 other possibilities besides disaster. Because anxious brains are amazing at drama, terrible at probability. So let's land this plane. Your brain hates uncertainty because it's wired for survival. But uncertainty is not a sign that something is wrong. It is the price of being alive and part of the adventure. The goal is not becoming someone who never feels anxious about not knowing what the future holds. The goal is becoming someone who can feel uncertain and still move forward, because peace does not come from knowing exactly what's going to happen. Peace comes from trusting yourself when life happens anyway. And if you're ready to stop letting your anxious thoughts run the show, Master Your Mind was built for exactly this. I'll link it below. I love you. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Now go let life surprise you a little.